Alright, morning everyone. Morning. If we try to be as normal as possible and unaffected by what's going on.
Just ignore it.
Just difficult. Alright, so let's just make sure you've got enough room out to your sides. Parallel position with your feet. Lengthening out through the spine. So just have a moment there just to feel where your weight is. And I want you to just relax through your lower back. Relax your bottom and relax the knees. So just let everything go a little bit. And then think about your feet, your big toe, your little toe, your heel. And then feeling that you're pulling up and out from that position. So we get the breathing going, nice big breath into the bottom of the rib cage. And then exhaling. Have that feeling of openness through your collarbones. Low back relaxed. Let's think about those little barbecue skewers. Just going across. And we'll bring the arms straight up, stretch. So we're going to stay there and reaching, and you can let your shoulders go up. Let's extend one side, and then extend the other, and then extend, reach. Okay, now drop the shoulders down. Try and just melt the shoulders down the back. Bring the arms a little bit further forward and draw. So you're dropping your shoulder blade down. So try to release these top muscles here. And just check that you can move your head independently without the shoulders moving. Good. Now try and straighten the arms a little bit more, keeping the shoulders down. Okay, bring the arms out to the side, reach to stretch across the chest. And a nice slow short circle, big circles. Good. And then reversing it, coming all the way. Rock the chin to the chest, soften through the breastbone, just round that upper part of the back, let the arms hang, not going any further, just dropping the top part down. Keep low tummy pulled in and re-stack up through the spine. Take the arms up, reach to the ceiling, dropping the shoulders down. Lovely. And back down. Taking the head down, curling the upper part of the body. Bend the knees and slide all the way down. Just let the body hang. Let the head wobble a little bit. We're just going to bend one knee and then the other knee. So keeping the heels down, just bending. And then slowly back up. Keep the knees bent, tuck under. Restack, pulling in through the belly. Good, bring the arms forward, but just rise up onto the toes. Hands on your hips. Just walking a little bit. Walking a little bit, walking. So keeping your hips nice and level, right up onto the toes. Keeping the eye line forward, really feeling that hook, pulling you up, no tummy pulling back. Alright, and release down. So we're going to bend the knees. Keeping that neutral, watch those knees don't knock together. And then coming up straight, rising up onto the toes. And slowly down. So try and feel, if you want to put your hands around the small of your back, just check that your back doesn't move, so your ribs and your hips here stay the same as you're going up and down. This is keeping a nice neutral position there, lovely. Alright, so we're going to tip the body forward, down, tip into a little bit of a squat, British Rail toilet position. I don't think he's doing sound, so we can Oh, yeah. The arms forward. So watch the shoulders here. Keep the shoulders down. Keep the length through the back of the neck. And coming back. Just sitting a train. Okay, think of the weight going into the heels. Reaching, lengthening the whole time. Really pulling up through the spine. Stay there. Shoulders down. I like forward. Move. Yeah. So just put your bottom in there. Slowly back up. Put the arms out to the right, just checking. Roll down, again, off the chin, curve here, around the back, hang, knees. Sure it's making her do it better. Yeah. Slowly back up, restacking up through the spine. Lovely, taking the arms out, think about the shoulders, keeping the shoulder blades still, stabilising them as you take the arms up. Front of that camera. You back this way. You go that way. Okay, we do 10. Here we go. Down we go. Lifting up and release. 1, Weight going back into the heels. Feel that your thighs are working. Releasing, sitting back. Let's bring the arms into that. Watching the knee alignment, checking the knees are going out over the toes. Good. 7, roughly. 8. Good. 9. Legs. Back up. Lovely. Turn your feet out, so you've got your toes slightly turned out and your heels together. I'm going to keep the heels really squeezing together, pushing your heels together, wrapping your legs around, so you're trying to flatten the front of the leg. And then rising up onto your toes, not letting your heels come apart. So keep squeezing your heels together. No gap there, Andy. Squeeze those heels together. Slowly back down. Squeeze and rise up. Pulling up through the legs. Squeezing. So you really want to feel it in the back of the legs. Hook pulling you up. Squeezing and release. You can't come very far up. It's just a small lift. Alright, and knees going out to the side. We're going to keep that little turned out posture. And maybe, can you bring your toes in a little bit? Okay, take one arm up and take it to side bend, stretching. Let the head go and come back. Other side. One more each way. Side bend over. Okay, wide legs slightly turned out. We're going to take it over to the right, bend the right knee, side bend, stretch, and back, and then over to the other side, stretching. Oh. Think of pulling up. All right, one more each way. A little bit more knee bend, Sylvia. Bend over. Lovely, and then come back up. All right, turn and face each other. And do a little bit of a kneeling on your mats, kneeling hip flexor stretch. So we're going to do kneeling hip flexor stretch and coming up into a lunge. So I want you to think about opening out the front of the hip, hips nice and level, tucking under with that tailbone, really pulling up through the front of the hip, squeezing. Make sure your toes are forward of your knee and take it forward a little bit till you feel that stretch. Sylvia, bring your foot forward. Don't collapse into it. Keep lifting right up. Let's bring the arms up, shoulders down, really lengthen through the top of the head, up tall. So if you've got your right leg forward, you're going to stretch over to your right. Put your left leg forward and go the other way. Stretch over a little bit. And then coming back, and then you're going to sit back and just do a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Over. Think of lengthening through the spine. Stretching up back the leg. They're not moving. Nobody's moving. Alright, change legs. Nice square hips. Forward. Really pulling right up through top of the head. And really lift up. Keeping everything really square, so just watch. That's it. Sort of like on hands. Pulling in the bellies, right up through the front panel, lean forward a little bit if you want more of a stretch, but as you lean forward, still keep that lift. And bring the head back a little bit. That's it. Shoulders down. Good. Take a lean over away from the knee, so if you're up. Other way, Joe.
Oh, you said away from the
Away from the one that you're stretching.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
You're right, watch the other way. So you want to get more of a stretch as you go over that way. Yeah. Alright, sit back, lean back on your heels. Watch that knee in there, really gentle.
Tell it.
You tell it. You tell it, yeah. Alright, we're going to go over onto your bellies. Now if you need your bands, grab your bands because you're going to do a front of the thigh stretch here. So relax right down. Grab your ankle. Or use the band if it's a bit tight. Back down. Relax right down and just push. Pushing the hip forward. Then we'll give you the band. Yeah, but I want you to keep this hip forward a little bit more. Keep that knee. Just breathing, stretching. Do you want me to put that up here? Alright, let's change to the other side. As you're lying there, think about really being nice and long. Alright, and then you can release down. We're going to come up to kneeling. And we're just going to give the front of the legs a little bit of a stretch here. So let's just do a slow one to start. Obviously, Mary, don't go fully back, but you're going to just sit back in your shell stretch, and then we're just going to move the body just right, the rib cage really, just right and left. Just wiggling, just kind of feeling like you're rolling over the front of the shins, and just getting that movement, softening up the pressure. Alrighty, so come back up to kneeling, bring your knees in a little bit closer. Mary, you're going to do just a zip back, okay? We are going to sit back on the heels, try not to let the heels drop out, so try and push your heels. So what tends to happen here is that heels drop out. Okay, so we're going to try and keep the feet very straight, and then sit back on your heels. Now if anybody feels they want more of a stretch, yeah, so if the knees don't like it, you can do just a Z stretch. It does pull down onto the knees. Alright, now slightly different here, you're going to come back and you're just going to lift your knees. You'll stretch your feet. And you're going to feel that stretch down the front of your shins and your feet. Very nice. Okay, release, come back, bring your feet forward. Really flexing your feet, pulling up the front of your legs. You want to really stretch the back of the knees. You can have your hands back here and push those heels away, straighten the back of the legs. And then release. And then again flex and pull your toes right back. Pay attention here to how your feet are looking. Try and so they're not sickly, they're pretty.
My toes turn up towards me when I'm trying to.
It's fine. I'm not bothered about whether they sickle round. I want them to be really straight. Yeah. Last one. Really pull up the front of the legs. Alright, you're going to go back onto all fours. Very long spine. Hands right underneath the shoulders. Knees underneath the hips. Nice neutral position there with your back. So just let your lower back go into that little bit of a curve. Bring your eye line a little bit further forward and bring the back of the head up above the shoulders. Alright, so all we're going to do here is we're going to place that imaginary tray of champagne glasses on your shoulders and on your bum. You're not going to move anything. Your tailbone's going to stay still, your head is, and you're just going to hinge. So it's almost like a wobbly table. So your table is staying really still. But don't tuck the tailbone under, Joe. Keep the tailbone. Find that neutral. Find that neutral. So you've got to really kind of feel like, almost feels like you're sticking your bottom out. Oh, that's it. But and keep your tummy lifted. Just hinging. So it's not so much coming forward, It almost feels like someone's pulling your tailbone back towards the wall and then releasing it and reaching forward. So you want to keep your rib cage and your hips really still. So just stick one over there and then one. Stick one out. There you go. And then come forward. Good. So, yes, that's it. Stick that more. Now go so far back. And then come forward. That's it. That's better. That's enough. And then come forward. So make sure you're really drawing up through your abdominals. Okay. So one arm, opposite arm and leg. If your wrists have given up or had enough at any point, sit back. But we're just going to do opposite arm and leg. Really imagining the shoulder blades staying down. Don't imagine it, do it. And then coming back. So keeping the ribs and the hips square. Keep the top of the head pulling out, shoulders drawing down. Good. Nice. Now, guys, so just sit back and have a little stretch in your shoulder stretch position. Okay, so you're going to come forward, lie down, have your pillow and get your ball nearby. So pillow behind your head, find your neutral position. So just checking you've got that neutral, that little curve through the spine. And what I want you to do is imprint and pull your tail away from you, almost like you're doing a little sort of wiggle to get your spine longer. So you're just imprinting and pulling your spine away. So your tailbone is inching further away from your spine. Okay, relax your shoulders down, away from your ears. Check your neutral here. We're going to imprint, scooping through the belly, holding, flattening the back, and then releasing. And again, just scooping, sinking the belly down, and then releasing. Lots of length through the front of the body. So find your neutral position here, your pubic bone a long way from your chin. Check that your chin isn't up, your chin's down, shoulders are relaxed. I'm going to take the arms up in front of you. So we just do a little reaches, edge of the shoulder coming off, dropping down. So inhaling, and then exhaling, dropping the shoulders down. Keeping that going. Check that you're not taking your arms so far you move your neck. Get both arms just gliding up. Okay, so when we were standing, we did reaching the arms overhead. So I want you to think about your upper part of your shoulders relaxing. As you take your arms over, do it nice and slowly. Feel your shoulder blades staying put, more or less, maybe widening a little bit. But it's not going right up with your arm. And then coming back. Okay. Think about your breathing. So your rib cage dropping down a little bit as you extend. So just notice how far over your arms are going. And check that that's feeling all right on your shoulder. There's not any discomfort when you do that. It's feeling nice, smooth glide with that shoulder joint. All right, so take your take your band, fold it in half. Yeah, and stand there. Oh, thank you. And put your arms up. This is just to make sure that you're not taking one arm over further than the other. So it's in front of you, fingertips to the ceiling, draw your chin down and take it over again. So almost feel the back of the rib cage just kind of dropping down a little bit as you breathe, as you exhale without shortening the front without lifting the shoulders. Okay, so we're easy doing that one. Easy work. Let's extend one leg out. So as you extend the arms over the head, extend one leg out. Stretch and bring it back. Use your breathing. Imagine that cup of tea on your tummy. Keeping it nice and level. So really stretch out the front of the leg. Nice pointy toes, quite low off the floor. Right, so we're going to get the same quality of movement happening as we take one leg up to tabletop position. Deepen through the abdominals, no jolting as you lift the second leg. Knees right over the hips here. So we're going to extend one leg about 45 degrees, a little bit higher than we did just now. If you can control it, you can go lower. Extending, coming back. Watching that you're not letting the ribs or the back lift. And maybe the arms don't go quite so far. Good, good, good. All right, pop the band down, just hug your knees in. Let's just do a small mobilization with the back. So the right knee can come in, pop the other foot down, and we just do a little roll through the spine. So just flattening the back, and you're lifting your tailbone just off a little bit. And just pull it in, and release. One more. Okay, pop that leg down, doing the other side. Hugging the knee in. Releasing down. Just feeling that tailbone just lifting off a little bit. Alright, both knees in, hug in, and release. And hug in. And then just pull your knees out a little bit and circle your ankles, big circles. Kicking. And go the other way. Alright, so bring your knees in a little bit and just circle into your hip sockets there. So just little circles into your hip sockets. And then reversing it the other way. Because we're going to do single leg circles. Alright, popping the feet down, finding your neutral position again, keeping those hip bones and pubic bones really level. Fold, really fold, decrease through the front of the hip as you lift the knee over the hip. And we'll start with a knee bend, so quite a strong bend position, circling round. So you're thinking of that thigh bone circling, thinking about your cup of tea on your tummy, keeping your hips really level. Tailbone angled down onto that 50p piece, imaginary 50p piece. Go the other way, so circling it around. So although we're just circling the leg, we're still feeling that lift up through the body, all the way up. That elevator inside you. Okay, change legs. And just make sure, a little bit of turn out as you take it out. So just keep the knee quite bent because I don't want you to grip too much in the hip. I want you to feel that your pelvis is staying really heavy. That's it. Done both ways. And you can lower that leg down. Alright, we need the ball for the next one. So grab your ball, put the ball underneath. So you're going to have one leg slightly extended with the ball underneath it. So we're going to push down here so that we don't get too much movement with that hip. Other leg going up a little bit longer. If you feel really grippy in here, keep it slightly bent. Slight turn out. So you're taking it more of an oval shape now. But watch this hip. Try and keep the hip down. Almost that sense of this leg being pulled to the ceiling. Slight turn out as you go out. You're using your breathing in as you come in, out as you go out. Teeth are staying fairly still. And then go the other way. So think of all the work happening around the pelvis to keep it still. Obviously your legs are working a little bit. Alright, lower down, swap the ball over onto the other side, onto the other leg. So you can push quite firmly down on that ball. That's it. No, Mary, not going to say that. Slight turn out as you're going out. Yes, that's better. Keep that knee. Slight turn out. A little bit more than over, so don't go quite so wide. Just raise that hip. Alright, done both ways. And then relax it. Take the ball, pop the ball between your knees. So we do our bridges here, and then what I want you to do when you get to the top of your bridge, I want you to lift your heels. So have your hands firmly down. You're going to lift your heels, squeezing with the bum and release. We do 4 of those. Then we stay up there, take the arms over the head, peel down, not too far over the arms, about here. Breastbone goes down first, peeling down, rippling all the way down, arms come back. Alright? Little sequence for you. So we're peeling up into our bridge position here. Tight, pelvic floor lifted, ribs not flared, ribs down. Lifting the heels, up you go. 1, release down. Squeeze with the bum. 2, release down. And 3, and release down. And 4, and release down. Stay up into your bridge. Take your arms up and over. Hold it there. Peel slowly down, reaching the arms away. Lengthening through that spine. All the way down, bring the arms back. Off we go again, peeling up through into your bridge position. You're going to be using your pelvic floor, your bum. 4 little squeezes. 1, right up onto your toes if you can. Hold it there. Take your arms over so you can keep your heels down, or you can keep your heels lifted. Keep your heels lifted if you want, all the way down. Peeling down through the top of the spine, curling through the back. Release all the way back down. Lovely. Alright. Take the ball out for a moment. And you're just going to do your bridge again and feel those glutes as you lift one leg up to tabletop position. Hold it there. Let's do little circles. Let's just do 3 little circles one way, 3 little circles the other way, and come back down. Alright, on each side. So in your own time, off you go. You can be lifting. Imagine we don't want any undercarriage, droppage. Keep that undercarriage lifted, zipped up through the tummy. Use the arms, use the back of the arms to try and keep the shoulders pulled back. So 1 on each side, 3 one way, 3 the other. Good. And we come back down. So going up again halfway. So don't go up all the way, just go halfway, so not fully up. And just lift one leg. Put your hands on your hips here. Lift it up and come. We're all going to do this together. Taking one leg up. Now just see how level, how much control you've got through that pelvis there. Extend the leg up towards the ceiling. You're going to lower the leg away without the hips dropping, without the ribs coming up. So keep the ribs down. Lift the leg up slowly. Bend it back in. Pop it down, other side. Keeping the hips really level. You put your fingers on your rib cage, so as you lower, you don't get any arching here. Pulling down with the belly. You take that leg as low as you can control it, straight down, straight up. Bend it in, back down, and release. Hug your knees into your chest. Anybody notice a drop or you know, variation one side to the other? Or were you all brilliant? So just notice, you know, whether it's hard to control one side. All right, pop the feet down, use the ball, put the ball behind the head. We're going to do an ab prep here. So lots of length. Let's have one leg extended so you can really think about keeping that cup of tea, not getting any kind of tilt here with the pelvis. Lift, lengthen, and come back down. So it's not a huge movement because you're already quite a good position with your head. Just lifting and releasing. Exhaling, keeping the head on the ball.
You lift the ball as well?
Lifting the ball, yeah. Right behind you.
I'll store my equipment.
Yeah. We don't really need to change legs because the leg out is just to help anchor your pelvis. Alright, so we're going to stretch both legs out now. Okay, really have a little bit of activity through the legs, so really feel like the legs are pulling out. Up you come, so you're going to lengthen and lift. So it's a sense there of feeling that your tailbone is anchored and you're really pulling your spine muscles up. Okay. Come, good. Relax down. So let's keep the ball there behind the head. So you've got an option here. So those who don't like the head lifting, you can keep your head down. But remember, if your head is higher, there's less kind of pull on your neck here. So if your head is just a little bit higher up, by using these muscles, it is easier on your neck muscles. But if you find it's too tiring, you can put your head back on the ball. But we're going to do single leg stretch. Back imprinted, knees are in, leg out to about 45 degrees here, don't let the back arch, bringing the head up if you want to, and then off you go. Single leg stretch, so you can do the correct arms if we can remember them today. So opposite hand to your knee, other hand to your ankle. 16, we're not counting, but roughly 16. A little bit lower with that leg that's going out there. That's it. We are an intermediate class, so for beginners we can take the leg higher. We've done 16 now, so pull the knees in. And just have a little. Okay, take the ball out. You're going to put the ball between the legs. So right up by your ankle bones. We'll start with the knees slightly bent, so you're in a sort of turned out plie position. Hands behind the head. And we're going to lift the head up, drawing the rib cage down. So your whole back is into the mat there, lengthening out. Squeeze that ball. Squeeze it. Now just lower it away a little bit and bring it back up. Keep squeezing the ball. Squeezing the ball. Harder with the legs straighter, so if you want that challenge, take the legs lower here. Okay, low tummy, do not let the back arch. Keep the head lifted. Try and keep your head really still, so Frida, as you go down, your head stays there, head stays there. Good, and pull it back up. Alright, hug your knees in. And pop the feet down. Take your arms over your head quite wide into a V and just relax your arms down on the floor. So if your arms don't relax, then take them a little bit lower, so it wants to be higher than shoulder height, so we're going to get a bit of a pec stretch. Draw your chin down and just roll your head from side to side. your soles of your inside thighs and your feet together. And you take the knees over to the right and turn the head to the left. Hold it there. Nice deep breath into this side of the top side of your rib cage, your left side. Pull it all back to the centre. Take it gently over to the other side, rolling the head to your armpit. A couple of breaths there. And then coming back. One more each side. So I want you to feel a little bit of a pec stretch. Bring your arms a little bit lower. That's it, so you're still getting a stretch but without straining the shoulder. Good. And back. Nice. Good. And then come back to your center. Alright. A little bit stronger hip stretch, so bring your right leg over, so crossed right like Kenny Everett. Low arms, palms up towards the ceiling. So we're going to take the knees over to the right first. Watch the back of the rib cage here, the back of the shoulder on the left side. Don't let that lift. And the top leg, feel that the top leg's just kind of pulling and opening out that hip area. The weight of it. Lovely. Bring it back up. Don't uncross the legs. Keep the legs across the same way. Go over the other way. Now the underneath leg, just let the weight of that leg kind of pull out. Open that lower back hip area. Watch it, you're not arching. Belly pull in. And slowly come back. Good. Cross the legs away so the thighs are together. So we're going same way over to the right. Turning the head a little bit to the left. Think of that top, or the underneath leg now pulling down. Nice gentle stretch. Coming back up. Keep the legs crossed the same way and go over to the other side. And it's the weight of the top leg pulling, just opening up that. And lifting and coming back to your side. Alright, so let's take the arms down by your side, thinking about your shoulder position, so your scapula's nicely flat down your back. And we're just going to start pulsing the hands, so the arms are going up and down. Actually guys, if you want to have a pillow behind, or a ball behind your head for this one, do. We're going to lift the head eventually into our hundreds. So pulsing the arms up and down. So adding arms and legs and head lift as and when to your level. So if it's too strong, you can come back down a level. So we're pulsing. We're breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, getting the rib cage really expanding. Lifting up the head if you want to, keep pulsing. Taking the right leg up to tabletop position. Keep pulsing, breathing, adding the second leg. Adding the legs a little bit further away. Keep tightening, skewer across the bottom. The lower the legs, the stronger it is. Lifting the head up, breathing. Making sure the backs aren't coming away. High edge over the head. That's it. Good. Nice. So we feel hot. And then hug the knees into your chest. Good. Straight at the window. Alright, that's all the tummy hard ones done. Alright, you're going to roll over onto your side. Take some knees away. You're going to stretch out the underneath arm. Knees bent up. We're going to do the clam, so just make sure that underneath hip is right back, top hip is forward. You're looking at your knees are stacked, but your top knee is further forward than your underneath. You have to press the little button to open. Okay. So think about your waist here, don't just collapse. You're going to lift and lifting up through. You've still got that internal
elevator up through the body. Tummy pulled in, but watch the rib cage here, soften through the ribs. Opening the clamp. So we're going to do 10, really feeling that you're not moving your pelvis, you're not letting it roll up towards, looking at the ceiling. It's really still. Imaginary champagne bottle. Can you bring this hip a little bit further back? That's it. Because we don't want to waste this exercise by working the front of the thigh. We want to be working glute med at the back of the bum side.
So my thigh is hurting, so...
Yeah, so let's have a look, and you might possibly get to bring this hip. That's it. And bring it a little bit longer. Okay, so it's this one working. So continually moving. Down and then straight up. Still feeling at the thigh? Move a little bit. Okay, now bring it further back. Low tummy lifted. Okay, we've done 10.
Yeah,
That's great.
yes.
Alright, let's stretch out that top leg, reach it out. So we keep the underneath leg bent for today, waist lifted, up with that leg so it's in line with your hip, flex your foot. You're going to bring the leg forward, but only as far forward as you can keep your tailbone where it is. Point the foot, bring it back in line with you. Squeeze the bottom as you take it back, opening up the front of the hip and bringing it forward. And point, lift up through the belly as you take it back. Watch here, we don't let the ribs just jut up. Good. Imagine there's a spike going through your pelvis. So, as you come forward, flex, keep nice and long. That's it. So don't let that hip lift up towards your armpit. Oh, away. Good. So as you're taking it back and squeezing, like opening the front of the hip like we did at the very beginning of the class, and as you bring it forward and tuck under. Alright, back in line with you. Stretch out your underneath leg. So let's go for balance here. So you can have fingers in front, just to begin. Check those shoulders are stacked. And if you're happy with the balance, you can put the arm along the thigh. Squeeze up your underneath leg. Stretching those legs out, really pulling the legs up, lifting through the tummy. Keep the head down today. Really stretching out. Oh, lovely. Let's show off. Let's take the arms up towards the ceiling. Hold it there. Oh, let's lift the ear off the arm. Just tiny bit, tiny bit, tiny bit. Oh, good. And relax down. Very nice. Let's roll over onto the other side. Set yourself up on your clamp. Facing the other way. Knees bent up. So have your feet and your bum and your shoulders all in line. Low tummy lifted. Waist lifted. Shoulders. That's it. Lovely. Off you go. So you're doing your clamp. We want about 10. So you'll feel it quicker and easier. Back and forth. Just make sure. Anyone counting? No. 10. That's about 10. Alright, stretch out top leg. Alright, so really anchor your pelvis and your hips. Lift the leg up to hip height, taking it forward, flexed foot as you bring it forward. Bringing it right forward, not letting the back tuck under. Back move, taking it back, squeeze, point as you go back. And flex as you come forward. Joe, don't drop it, the leg too low. Leg needs to come up a bit higher. Flex.
Paying for it, good.
So think of the waist lifting. And then sometimes we make this more vigorous by doing a little kick. Kick forward, kick back. One knee creasing there.
I'm fighting you.
Yeah. You know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Good. All right, and relax down. Stretch out. You didn't do so. Just do stretch out the legs. Really feel lots of length there, and don't grip around the front of the hips. Lots of length. That's it. Lift the top leg up. Balancing if you can. Stretching out. Reaching, really having that sense of pulling the legs out. Balancing the arm along the thigh. Lovely. Taking the arm up. Reaching. You can lift your ear off if you feel stable enough. Good. And relax down. Relax. Lovely. Let's roll onto your back and just stretch out those glute bottom muscles. So putting your ankle onto your knee, drop the knee out, bring your other thigh, hands behind the back a bit into you. You can have a pillow or a ball or something underneath the back of the head here. Do a little gentle rock from side to side so you feel that pull in your right glute. Alright, and then change. Hands behind the back of the leg and pull it in. No chaps in this class. No, that's not good, is there? Alright, pop your feet down, take your band, and pop your foot up in for a hamstring stretch. Underneath leg really stretched out, tailbone down. So let's just do a little tiny little pulse backwards and forwards. So sort of pull it as far as it'll go and then release it. Nice and gentle. Getting a little bit of a stretch, but it's not too unbearable. Alright, then hold it still, really push the heel to the ceiling. And then release, other side. That thigh bone right, that femur right to the back of the socket. Little tiny pulses. And then hold it still for a little bit. Toe pulling back. Alright, and release. So we'll come up onto all fours and just do the cat. We'll do Charlie cat. Charlie cat being one where we tap the tailbone under, drop the head. If you're not sure what, you're going to take the bum back and you release the elbows down, ripple through. So don't go too low here, just leg and leg and leg. You're not going right forward, so we're just keeping it. The shoulders don't really go past the hands. So tucking under to start with, taking the bottom back, keeping that curve, rounding back. Elbows drop down now, really lengthen, draw the scapulars, shoulder blades down, open across the collarbones as you come forward and up. So we'll see that little bit of extension through that thoracic area. So nice and slow. Elbows drop down, reach, don't do it all with the head. That's it.
go too low, no, that's it. And a little bit more movement, so come back under. And put the elbows down, don't pull the weight down, keep the weight back. This one. That's it there, and then come on, stretch, so really good. As you go up, stretch, see your chest out. So you're missing that bit out, that's serious. Alright, we go on to our tummies from here. Arms wide, legs wide. Nice wide position here. So, we're going to just hover, low tummy connected, hover your hands off the floor. So just hovering the hands off the floor. Now, hold it there and really widen across your shoulders. Keep those shoulder blades stable. Good. And then release back down. Okay, so really feel those shoulder blades stabilize. Hold the hands off. And if that feels okay, you're going to hold your head off as well. Lengthen, lengthen. And come back down. So your back extensors kicking in a little bit here. I want you to really feel that you're trying to work below the shoulder blades, not up into your upper traps. That can make it nice and long, so keep connected to your jaw. And then back down. Alright, so let's add in a little bit of bum, glutes, legs. So you can do your skydiving float. So just imagine you're just on the bottom and the air's turned on and you're just being wafted with your arms and legs just off the floor. So your back extensors working, keep connected up through your belly, float, and back down. Good, so you want to feel your glutes kick in, floating, extending. So we're going to do a harder one. Hopefully you've got enough room. So you're going to bring your arms forward and turn your palms up. So it's a really not a great position for your shoulder, but it's going to work the muscles that we want to work. So just take it back and just do, let's see if you can lift your arms. Keep your forehead down, see if you can lift your arms. And you feel those muscles that are working. Isn't that horrible? Yeah. And then come back down. Okay. So if that's too strong, go back to the other one. If you don't mind that, then hold the arms there, try lifting the head, and then you can add in the legs if you want to. So just finding the level for you, but you've got to really feel that you're connected, that's it, below the shoulders. And then coming back down. So, Julie. That's it, there you go. Can you feel that? It's not very nice, is it? But it kind of kicks in when you want it to. Yeah. All right, and relax. Bring your hands underneath your forehead. Bring your legs together. And we're just going to do a leg lift. One leg lifting. Flex your foot. Bring your heel towards your bum. Keeping your hips in contact. Extend the leg away. Is that right on your back, Amanda?
No, that's not very good extend.
Did you do the low version?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Up. Okay. Extend. Alternate legs. Relax the shoulders. Flex the foot back, so bring the heel, that's it. As you extend it, you can point the leg, really working into those hamstrings, back of the legs. Lovely. Keep your hips forward, aren't you?
Oh, just the...
Yeah, you're just lifting. That's that. Heel in. Lift through the tummy as you extend. Yeah. Good. Alright, let's curl into a little shell stretch. So sitting back, knees wide, feet together, sitting into your gel or curling into your all on your sides. You like that, Andrea?
Yes.
Try see if you can get your head down on the mat. If not, bring your hands underneath your forehead so you've got a bit of support there. Alright, back up onto all fours. Knees under, hands under, toes tucked under. Lifting into your down face dog. Now try to get a length through your spine, so really stretch out the spine. Bend the knees a little bit if you need to. Sticking the bottom to the air, into the air. Slowly walk your hands back and knees stand up through the spine. And then stretch up. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. And, it's normally a little bit more back chat.
To borrow them. Just get hot.
Well, it might be used for a little combination of the Body Junction when we finish painting it.
Knock it off.